Desert rock of Egypt. Until now.
I do hope that you have enjoyed.
Until now.
I do hope that you have enjoyed what that I have filmed here pertaining to national security interest, not only here in America but throughout the world. I do hope that you understand the reason why now that we believe that that this injustice began not just during 9/11, but before 9/11, that our government was already using tools to their advantage. For some reason, they decided that they was going to cover up biblical Bible prophecy and thinking that they was going to be able to undermine God and undermine God's people. That's the reason why I specifically say that this movement of retaliation did not begin with this administration that we're under now, but it has been involving and evolving going back about 5 different administrations back into 1980 and 8. And it's really, really sad that it has placed the American people where it has placed us as far as all this crime, all this bloodshed, all this violence, all this turmoil, all this indebtedness. It's really, really sad because treachery, high treason treachery, has been committed upon to our liberties and upon to our Constitution, not outside the gate, but the fox is inside the gate. The fox is inside the chicken coop. Now it's going to be up to us and this administration to figure out who these individuals are and eliminate them from their positions. It's similar to the theology of a chain, that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Once you have determined that you have a bad link in that chain, normally what most people do is they get rid of that link, because they know that that link is compromising the strength of the rest of the chain. That is where we in the 21st century, July, I believe it's the 12th, it's the 14th, 13th or 14th. This is where we the people, in 2018, in the year of the Golden Jubilee, must stand foot to foot, toe to toe, and recognize what has happened and demand for it to be dealt with in a swift, appropriate form. Whenever you get to looking at the theology of the Ramses, the theology of the great kings thousands of years ago, it was basically based around that same type of ideology, which was, we are the ones in control, we are the ones in power, and regardless whether we're right or wrong, we're going to continue to stay in power. And if you don't like what we're doing, we'll just eliminate you. This type of corrupt, let me think of the right word. Ungodly approach towards God's people is not something that has been started with mankind overnight. These same moves was placed upon to God's people during the time that Moses had to liberate God's people. So whenever it comes to this type of dark force towards wanting to keep the masses blinded, keep the masses uneducated, keep the masses entertained in unwillful sin, keep the masses under oppression. This is not something that just began yesterday. This is something that has been in existence since the existence of this planet. And this is what God, our Heavenly Father, working through the Son Jesus Christ, is going to abolish in these last days. And we will see fairness fall upon to society, or we will see society come to its end. As we have said before, we will say again, if God cannot cure an individual, He will kill that individual. The same way with the masses. If God cannot cure that society, He will kill that society. I'll repeat. If God cannot cure that society, He will kill that society. And He will not do this out of anger. He will not do this out of hate. He will not do this out of evil. He will do this out of love. It's called tough love. And whenever the balance of the forces becomes so unbalanced, the links so weak, it's similar to what the teachings of Christ taught, that if the blind lead the blind, they shall all lead it off into the ditch. That's basically where we are right now. We're off into a ditch, a gully, a canyon, a gorge. We're down in this deep, dark a ravine, a canyon, if you want to suppose, where the rock dwellers live. And unless God enlightens you and brings a brightness of transparency into your life, you'll not be able to see how embedded and how entrenched that you are pertaining to how that we have been bamboozled. So in saying that and in doing this, I want to say good luck to all of us and those that get a hold of this message pertaining to NSAI, CIA, other types of international agencies that are in control of our lives. I don't forgot now all the ABCs, but it goes on and on and on pertaining to these different types of agencies that have been playing on a playing field of unfairness whenever it comes to the true, authentic Christian up onto this planet. Once more, God bless, good luck, and shalom. And may God bless our veterans and those who have suffered and sacrificed so dearly for our freedoms and for the things that we have today that we can take pleasures in being a part of. If there's any way possible that you can contact that number of 877-839-0354 in regard to helping our wounded warriors, please do so. Because these people dedicated their lives towards us, towards wanting to help us. And I personally believe, and David did too as well, my brother, who passed away last year, that we are committed, obligated, under a duty of law of taking care of those who help to take care of us. Shalom.